To our families, both the Tepfers, the Hines. I'm so happy that we joined this family. So thank you for being here. Thank you for catering. Thank you for photography, DJ, everything that's gone to this to get us here. There's so many thank yous, but there's one I want to have get standing attention, and that is my aunt. Melissa Thomas, can you please stand up? Everything was put together, finalized by her, so everything today, if you get a chance to thank her, please do so. This day would not happen without her. So again, that's all I have, but again, thank you everybody for being here. The only thing I have to say is if you want to talk to the bride, she will be on the dance floor, so that is where you have to be. So, dance. Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah. Good evening. I'm Sue, mother of the bride. Mariah's father and I would like to thank each one of you who traveled near and far to share in our joy and happiness. You all have played a special part in Mariah and Spencer's story, and we're grateful you're here to celebrate this wonderful day with us. Seeing the love and joy that Mariah and Spencer bring to each other's lives fill our hearts with gratitude. When she introduced us to Spencer, I saw something different in her. She wasn't just happy, she was glowing. The way she laughed a little louder, the way her eyes softened when she looked at him, told me everything a mother needs to know. And as I got to know him, I realized he's exactly the kind of man I always hoped my daughter would marry. Kind, patient, and deeply respectful. Spencer, from the first time Mariah brought you home, your genuine nature and caring heart showed clearly. Thank you for loving our daughter so completely. And thank you for making her laugh, for supporting her dreams, and for being the partner she always deserved. From that moment you joined our family, you brought kindness and respect that I will always treasure. You brought so much happiness to Mariah and to all of us, and we couldn't ask for a better addition to our family. To Spencer's parents, Mike and Michelle, thank you for so much for raising such an exceptional young man. Getting to know you both has been such a gift, and we look forward to many shared family moments ahead of you and your wonderful family. Finally, to the happy couple, may your life continue to grow stronger each day. May you face life's adventures together with the same joy and devotion you share today. May your home be filled with laughter, understanding, and countless beautiful moments. Thank you for bringing us all together to witness your love and to two families becoming one. Everyone, please raise your glasses to Mariah and Spencer. Cheers!
All right, thank you, Sue. Let's see for Sue. Great job. Now the groom's dad, Mike, is going to give a speech and a prayer.
Once again, I would like to thank everyone for coming to this great celebration. Spencer, I am honored to be your father, and thank you for asking me for this experience with all of you here today. I have loved being by your side, watching you grow to the man you have become. Mariah, thank you for making Spencer a happy, loving groom. Spencer, thank you for bringing Mariah to our family and bringing the joy she brings. I would like to toast the new bride and groom. Everyone raise your glass to Mariah and Spencer. Cheers. Now for the prayer. Dear God, we thank you for bringing Mariah and Spencer together today and for the love that binds them in marriage. We are grateful for this feast, for all the family and friends together to celebrate them. Bless their new life together with continued joy, love, and patience. Guide them through their new chapter as husband and wife. Thank you for this meal. Amen.
Hello! All right, so I have the memory of a goldfish, if you know me, so I have to agree from this. But I just want to start off by saying, oh my God, that was great food, but I do have heartburn, so if I turn like this, I'm not crying. I swear it's because I have heartburn and I'm just burping, okay? All right. So, hello. For those who don't know me, I don't think you're at the right wedding and you can just leave now. Well, we'll just wait a little minute. You can seriously go. If not, if it's not obvious from my looks, I'm Spur's second cousin, twice removed on our mom's side. I just want to take a moment to thank everyone here and for all of those who helped make this day special for Mariah and my second cousin. So thanks, Nick. It's always special to see the love and support from our families, our friends, and their dates we are meeting for the first time tonight. As we all come together to make this special thing happen. I know for those who could not make it here, or those who are no longer with us, would be happy and proud to celebrate the marriage of these two special people. So I spent a considerable amount of time thinking about what should I say, which story should I share about my brother. Then it occurred to me that much of his past is classified as a secret and I can't tell you. For those who don't understand that joke, you met Spur after 2018. Just... And then I thought about how since that point in my brother's life, everyone pretty much already knows everything. For example, everyone probably knows how at work, lost my page, at work, what big cases he's working on. I'm sure everybody knows that he has most likely reminded all of us we should probably check the news, followed by the hint hint. I'm sure we all know what training he has attended, which training he's going to attend. I'm sure we all know which houses do drugs and that those people there have warrants and, oh yeah, he's staying late for work, and yet somehow it's a holiday and he doesn't have to work. Yes, that one's personal. Oh, I do apologize, bro. I did forget my cucumber for the speech, so that's... All right, moving on. Insert clever transition. Oh, that was it. So it's popular to share fond memories during these speeches, so here I go. One of my earliest favorite memories of Spur actually involved my sister and my father while we lived on the other side of the state. MRC. That stands for Multi-Racing Championship, which was a game on the Nintendo 64. Our father would race us in this game, but unfortunately it was only a two-person game, so he had to verse each of us individually. For those who don't know my father Eric was an expert when it came to all things cars. He would spend a while before every race customizing the engine, the brakes, the suspension, the transmission, and all the other vehicle parts. His kids just picked what looked cool. I've lost my spot again. I mean, heartburn. It was clear that his cars were faster, and he knew which tires handled each track best. But even with all that, as we raced him, he would still let us win. Except for Spur. He made sure he beat him every time. Our father would pretend to get stuck, or would stop before the finish line for Rachel and me.
But Spur, nope. So what I learned from an early age, other than the fact that Spencer does actually lose at games, was how driven of a person he is. Sure, he cried a lot and maybe walked away in rage for a while, but he always kept playing. And that drive to keep going and to be better is always something I've admired about my brother. Many of my favorite memories involve playing games with Spur, the many nights spent up late just gaming, watching cartoons, and just talking. I always enjoyed our spy adventures as we snuck doing rolls past her mother's room early in the morning to get to the basement. Growing up with Spur, it was clear he was more than my brother. He was my best friend. Through him, I found my drive, my courage, my sense of integrity, my notion of loyalty, and a lot of injuries. He was my safety when I felt alone, my sounding board when I needed someone to talk to, and and the first person I knew who would do anything for me. There are people who come into our lives and have such a profound influence on us, shaping us into who we are today. I would not be the person I am today without my brother. Insert second clever transition. Good adventure story involving my brother. So I'm not sure what the statute of limitation is off the top of my head on this one. So there's some people maybe with the same occupation. You might want to cover your ears on this story. So Spur used to have a group of friends. I refer to this group of friends as Spur's friends to distance myself from half of them, though I did actually like half of them. The other half, not so much. So to protect ourselves, I will change the name of the location and the name of subjects involved. All right. So we were in a field/wooded area near Fothma Park in Spandhaven with a large group of guys and airsoft guns. For those who don't know what airsoft guns are, these are air guns that shoot plastic pellets at one another. Unlike paintball guns, these guns resemble real guns. Now, the group of Spur's friends was really into the airsoft battles, like really into them. They spent a lot of money buying clothing and gear from military surplus websites, like that kind of serious. The kind of serious where everyone looked like some paramilitary soldier or a terrorist. The best way I could describe the look for everyone is that they resembled a Proud Boy on January 6th. Like if there was a Capitol there, we were definitely storming it. So now that you have that image in your head, and I need to put that image in your head, just imagine a bunch of these guys running around with what looks like real guns, shooting at one another near Fothma Park, Spandhaven, during the day. I'm sure we can all see where this is going. All of a sudden, a group of police cars and trucks came barreling through these fields towards where we were all gathered, and the chase was on. I don't think I have ever seen a group of teenage boys run so fast in my life. So now we all may have grown up in the area, and we may have scattered to a nearby subdivision where people may or may not have lived. Over the course of an hour or so, we would eventually see some individuals arrive at our meeting point. We all looked like shit. For those who are not familiar with Fothma Park, there is a lot of swampy areas, so we were covered in mud up to our waist. We had prickler plants all over us. It was great. So during the commotion, a few of Spur's friends had all given their $100 worth of guns and gear to, let's call him Nate. To hold while they took off running from the cops. Lo and behold, when Nate showed up at the house, he gets it now. He is empty-handed. He had dropped everything and ran as soon as they had given it to him. As you can imagine, they were all pissed. So by now, you're all wondering how this is a Spurs story, other than the fact I kept saying Spurs friends. So I was pretty quick at that age and got back first and waited for what seemed like hours for him. While I waited, I got more and more worried. Well, the answer to how this is a Spurs story, the answer is a ghillie suit. For those who don't know what a ghillie suit is, it's basically a sniper suit where he just looks like a bush. So, while everyone took off, scared for their lives, Spur very calmly, very patiently, just lay down. He just lay down and waited. After the cops left, he gathered what guns and gear he could find and brought them all back with him. I don't know if you know this story. So this story is a good example of Spur's character. He stayed calm under pressure, and even when in a stressful moment, he thought of others and made sure he returned the gear. Spur is truly a selfless person who goes out of his way for others. I was thirsty. So now the real reason why we're all here. Mariah. Thank God. It may not be widely known, but Spur secretly looks up to me and has moments where he seeks out my advice. So one such moment was after he had gone on a few dates where things just weren't working. He called me up and he asked me straight up, how did I know, Sarah, shout out to my beautiful wife. Thank you. I feel like that deserved more applause, but that's cool. Thank you. So how did I know she was the one? And I thought about it, and I told them she was easy. I quickly followed up by clarifying, not that, but in all aspects, she was easy. She was easy to communicate with and to talk to. She was easy to hang out and have fun with hours on end. I said that even when things were rough, it was never really that rough, because most importantly, she was easy to love. So fast forward some time, Spur calls me again, and I can tell he's super excited. But then he follows up saying he can't talk on the phone long. He told me he had met someone, and he was excited for me to meet her. I asked him what her name was, and he said Mariah. Don't give me your last name. And then I asked him what she was like, and he said, easy. Conversation. So to clarify, the first word my brother used to describe your daughter, his now wife, to me, was easy. So after meeting Mariah for the first time, it was easy to see what my brother admired about you. It was evident how even in such an early stage of your guys' relationship that you two cared for one another. My wife and I walked away from that double date and waited patiently until we were in our car before we said to one another, he better not screw this up, because Sarah needs another woman in the family. The more we got to know you, the more it only assured how amazing you truly were. We both saw how you being with him had only made him a better person. You were a ray of light that made him so happy. So from the bottom of my heart, I truly mean thank you. I hope that he can now be your drive when yours is low, and that he will be your courage when you're afraid, your sounding board when you need someone to talk to, and your safety when you feel alone. I hope he will always be there for you, just as he was for me. Mariah, you just keep being easy. Oh, I mean amazing. All right, last transition. So Mariah, this really doesn't apply to you, but Spur, I have some more advice that I have learned in the last almost 5 years of being married. Number one, it's important to have boundaries with your families. Though you both come from your own families, today you create a new one. Now it's essential to prioritize the one you created. It's not about what your families want or what they pressure you to do. It's about each other. Number two, you built your relationship starting as friends, and remember, always remain friends. It's a short one. Number three, always just let each other be themselves. This freedom is what brought out the best parts of each of you and what you fell in love with. So keep playing the games on your Switch, keep reading your books, and keep singing every song that pops up on the radio. I don't know who does it more, but Number four, pay attention to this one. Learn to listen to Taylor Swift. You don't have to like it, but it makes your partner happy. Plus, she may have a few good songs. Lavender Haze. Exile. Okay. My wife, when I read her this speech, she wanted me to add to this rule, you can't complain either. Additionally, there's a new album scheduled for release next month, so big things are happening, so we got a lot going on. So, Number five, recognize that things will not always be okay, and that is okay. Just make sure that you listen and understand where your partner is coming from. Your partner may not be where you are mentally. It's essential to learn to navigate those moments so you can always come back together. Number six, love is unconditional and wavering. Remember, you always have one another. Love gives you strength to tackle all the ups and downs in life. And a little bit more, I swear. I'm so excited for this new chapter in your guys' lives. My brother and I have our own toast that he learned during his semester abroad, and it's Eges Shididra. Eges Shididra. Eges Shididra. Eges Shididra. It means to one's health. So let's raise a glass to the bride and groom and to the health of this marriage. I love you both, and Eges Shididra.
Hello, party people. My friends are in the back. They're the only ones cheering. Good evening. My name is Marissa, and I have the absolute honor of being Mariah's maid of honor. From the bottom of my heart, I want to thank everyone in this room for surrounding Mariah and Spencer with so much love and support on this important day. If you knew me before this, you would know I have no problem talking and finding more words and more words to say. So it was a surprise to myself when I sat down to write this speech, and I just blanked. So many memories came to mind, so much gratitude came to the surface. It's truly hard to put into words how much Mariah means to me and how deeply I admire the person she is. Mariah and I first became friends 10 years ago, just before our freshman year of college. One afternoon in July, I got a Facebook message from a girl from a small town who introduced herself as such and said we'd be suite mates at Ferris State. Her enthusiasm was contagious, and we hit it off instantly. From that moment on, we messaged back and forth until move-in day, even though we were complete strangers. During the first few weeks of college, people kept mixing us up. Probably because both of our names started with an M, but more likely because we were inseparable. It's nearly impossible to not be drawn and inspired by her radiating positivity and light. As our first year of college continued, we became close with 4 friends on our dorm floor, and we created our own dorm family. We had dinner together every night, played endless rounds of Uno, hung out in my dorm room until it was way too late, went 2-tracking, which I did not know what that was before, and never missed a fair state hockey game. Freshman year will always be my favorite year of our friendship because we were all figuring out how to be adults together. It was simple, it was chaotic, it was fun, and most of all, it was the beginning of a lifelong friendship. I always found it ironic that people mixed us up during our freshman year because on the surface, there are a lot of differences between us. She is from a small town, I'm from a big city. Her major was healthcare related, mine was engineering related. She was quiet, and I can't stop talking. She liked country music, and I liked hip hop. And if you haven't noticed, our heights are also a little different. All of this said, while we had differences in our backgrounds and personalities, one thing we always had in common was our love for each other and our friendship. From the outside looking in, our deep level of friendship may not make any sense or be suspected, but for some wonderful reason, it just works. She has truly been the yin to my yang for the last decade. Another thing that has always connected Mariah and me is our shared desire to see the world. Since we live almost 3 hours apart when we weren't at school, traveling gave us the perfect excuse to come together and keep our friendship strong. I remember in some of her very first messages to me, she talked about how she was excited to leave her small town and come to college and experience new things. Mariah's sense of adventure has always inspired me, and together over the years, we turned our dreams into memories, traveling to 7 different states, going to concerts, going on a cruise, and somewhere along the way, she converted me to being a lover of the outdoors, resulting in countless camping weekends. I'll never forget the time I traveled with my fiance for the first time. I looked at him on the airplane and said, I really hope we travel together just as well as Mariah and I do. We have shared so many unforgettable memories, from cliff jumping and rappelling off mountains, to long hikes, watching sunsets that took our breath away. And when I think back on all these memories, I smile, because I know the 2 young girls in 2015, with big dreams and a curiosity to explore, would be so proud to know of everything we've done together. Fast forward to 2023, I will never forget when Mariah called me to fill me in. She had a second date with someone and was asking me if it was weird to go on a second date on Valentine's Day. I just wanted her to go on the date. And that someone was Spencer. I immediately told her to just go for it and not let it being Valentine's Day stop her. We talked on the phone while she drove to the date. I got to hear little bits about him, help her shake off the nerves, and get her excited. Then the very next morning, I received a text that simply said, well, I have a boyfriend. Suffice to say, I'm very glad she went on that second date. Something amazing began, and it's been such a joy to watch the relationship grow. Spencer, I would like to thank you for seeing Mariah the way I've always seen her, for recognizing her beauty, her heart, and her spirit. I have never seen her so happy, and as her best friend, someone who is sometimes overly protective of her, I have never once had to question if her heart was safe with you. It's been so beautiful to witness a softened side of Mariah that I have not seen before because of how deeply you love her. You bring out the best in her, and I can tell her heart is at ease because she has you. I couldn't be more grateful she found such a wonderful partner to lean on and spend forever with. Sis. The last 10 years of friendship have shaped me into the person I am today, and there are not enough thank yous I could give you for all the love, strength, and support that you've given me through all of it. If I've even been half the friend that you've been to me, I'd count myself lucky, because you've truly set the bar for what friendship looks like. Back when we were younger, I used to think our college years were the best years of our lives. I mean, what could top experiencing so many firsts, side by side with your best friend? Our first internships, signing our first apartment lease, landing our first real jobs, graduating college, and so on. But now I've realized something even more special. We get to live through the best years of our lives twice. This time, it's a new kind of best. Being engaged at the same time, finding our wedding dresses with one another, wedding planning, and now you are becoming a wife. And through it all, our friendship has grown right along with us. When we first became friends, we were silly, lighthearted, and let's be honest, not the most emotional people. But now we have turned into total softies who cry happy tears over just about everything, and I wouldn't have it any other way. I cannot wait to continue walking through the new versions of the best years of our lives with you, and now Spencer too. My wish for you and Spencer is to have a happy and fulfilling life, to laugh often, love fiercely, adventure often, and achieve all of the dreams you share together. I cannot wait to see your love strengthen as you begin your forever as husband and wife. I love you both and will be here for both of you in the years to come. Thank you.
Hello, everybody. Just want to say thank you all so much for being here tonight. My heart is so full and just so much gratitude and just such an amazing day. Bear with me. I cry and I might be a hot mess, but we're going to get through this together. So for those of you who don't know me, my name is Nikki, and Mariah and I have been for... Oh my God. I really didn't think this would happen so soon. Okay. Wait, maybe just don't look right at me. Okay. My name's Nikki. We've been friends for over 20 years. We met in first grade on the snail. And I remember being so excited and going home and talking to my mom. And just as you do in a small town, you got to get the laydown of the family tree. Are we related? What's going on? Sadly, we weren't, but my aunt married her uncle, so we kind of were. So I just told people we were cousins anyways, naturally. And thank you guys. So we weren't actually related, but I just, again, told everyone we were cousins anyways, and we went to each other's family gatherings. We pretty much spent every summer together. Thank you, Robin Sue, for feeding me all the time and letting me stay at your place. And we practically were sisters, honestly. We got up to a lot of mischief together as well. We're both the youngest, so we had older siblings to learn from. So we were really good at not getting caught because we learned from their mistakes. And for example, one of my favorite childhood memories, we decided that it would be a good idea to absolutely flood their kitchen to make a slip and slide, obviously, with some Dawn dish soap. And for those of you who know, it's a really short, tiled area. So we would just take turns essentially slamming into the cupboards. But we had the best time. And probably the best part was Rob and Sue were out bowling. And Sue comes home and goes, "Did you guys clean?" We sure did. Those floors were spotless. Again, apologies. Growing up, we got to experience so many new things together. Mariah became an aunt, and the best aunt in the world, I might add. We went to Puerto Rico together, learned to drive with the most chaotic driver's ed teacher in the world, we would be driving through town and boys would cross the crosswalk and he would honk at them and point at us like we did it. I'm not sure if we learned too much from that man. We coached rocket cheer together most of high school and then became cheer captains as well our senior year. We were inseparable, lived only 7 miles apart, phone numbers memorized, still memorized, and practically related. Then college came. She moved away to Ferris, and I went to CMU. We both really dived into our own paths, but stayed connected throughout. Sprinkle in a few sketchy but unforgettable cross-country road trips, some heartbreak, a Walmart-themed frat party, more sleepovers, a wave of more wonderful humans, and lots of good belly laughs. Eventually, I decided to move to Utah to live outside, do some guiding, and I asked if Mariah would drive out there with me. And the day I left was the day of her college graduation, so naturally, I just picked her up after her graduation. She passed off her cap and gown, and one more sketchy cross-country road trip to that list. We wrote letters those summers because I was often out of service and usually a little hard to get a hold of, but Mariah was always still there. She's so thoughtful. She even put together a waterproof letter writing packet for me that I could take out into the field so I could still write her letters with pre-stamped envelopes, which I still have. Every time I came out of the field, I had 2 checklist items: to call my parents and catch up with Mariah. No matter going MIA for weeks or months at a time, or 1,500 miles apart, catching up always felt like no lost time at all. And Mariah's the kind of friend who would do just about anything for you or with you. She came out to visit me when I was snowmobile guiding in Colorado, and we took a trip down to Moab. I took her canyoneering for the first time, and she let me hang her off a 150-foot cliff in the dark, no questions asked. And I still can't believe she did that. But anyways, through all the moves, the distance, lack of service, and so on, she's always been my constant, my rock. Every time we call and catch up, we're always on the phone for at least 2 hours. I think we've both grown and changed so much since high school, but there's no one who could understand me like Mariah. Being with her just always feels like home. Yeah, it's the heartburn. Thanks, Nick. She is an absolute light in this world and in my life, the kindest heart, and such a beautiful soul. Anyone who gets the opportunity to get to know her is so lucky. So sorry. So when she told me about Spencer, I remember being pretty sus about this whole new boyfriend thing. Just because I know Mariah deserves the world. This guy better be amazing. And man, he was. Geez, I apologize, you guys. Being one of her best friends, naturally, I would have my guard up. And now I live in North Carolina, so I don't come home too often. But I also know the women at this table would not let her date a schmuck. But my heart was pretty instantly at ease. I drove up to stay with them, and it all just made sense. I could feel the love and the connection you both had instantly. The deep care, thoughtfulness, and respect you have for each other is so genuine. I think you both complement each other so well and really bring out the best qualities in one another. Spencer would do just about anything for Mariah, and that really shined when we were planning the bachelorette party. I wasn't sure how he was gonna take this, but I asked him to record himself answering questions I sent him for a little activity, and he blew it out of the water. He pre-cut, put his own transitions in, and sent me this whole video. I was like, Marissa, I don't know if this guy's gonna do it. Like, I don't know if he's gonna be into it. And it was so good. And he said anything for her. Spencer, thank you for all of your love and taking such great care of her heart. I know you bring her so much joy and happiness, and I will be forever grateful for you for that. Mariah, I love you to the ends of the earth. It's about to get ugly. Ooh. And I'm so proud of just this strong, independent, courageous woman you are today. So proud. Thank you for being my best friend and such a constant in my life. Almost there. And yeah, I'm just so happy for the both of you and so excited for what's to come and so excited and grateful to be a part of it. And thank you all so much for being here tonight. I appreciate all of you, and let's raise a glass and cheers to Mr. and Mrs. Tupfer.
Like 20 napkins.